Tatiana, and this is number 37. And currently enjoying the middle of summer on the conclusion of a beautiful hot day. And it comes to mind that of temperature and how we all have our preferences and our experiences with our environment that is beyond our control. And within that, we all have the preferences and this kind of bubble range, this parameter of our comfort zone, ones that we prefer, and then we have bordering that we have our boundaries, our limitations of something that we can tolerate, and then beyond that is the definite no-go zone, one that we will just not tolerate, maybe mutter and complain and resist quite strongly. Within favoritism, some people prefer the heat and some people prefer coolness, some people prefer dampness, some people prefer dryness. It's so interesting where we tend to surround ourselves based on our environments and the climate there, but also it's so interesting what our body is acclimatized to based on consistent exposure and what we're used to from where we've lived for a considerable amount of years or where we grew up, and also interesting how our body responds to the opposite climate of that as well. I personally have experienced all four extreme seasons. I grew up in an area where all four, winter quite cold and brutal, summer is quite hot and humid, and there's a very distinct spring and autumn season. And also what's interesting that's coming to mind is that of our relationship to the fundamentals of our environment, that of how our elements come together and express themselves, really, but also our relationship to the heat and to the coldness and what we relate it to. For example, if you hear the language with heat and hot, what comes to mind? And what bodily sensations do you have? If you hear the language of cool and cold and freezing, what bodily sensations come to mind? What's there? And there is absolutely exquisite beauty in every season. Something to offer. It's the cycle of our existence of nature, and everything has something beautiful and bountiful to offer. Places like where I grew up, the seasons are very distinct and beautiful to experience. In some other places where I've lived, the seasons are, well, it appears to be there's one season or perhaps two, but still in that realm there's a lot to offer. Well, I'm hot right now and I'm gonna go cool off, and love you, love you, love you.